A food court at a mall has 675 teenagers test Tasty, a new fruit snack. Of these teenagers, 345 said they would buy Tasty if it was sold at the mall. Gooey Candy Company, the manufacturer of Tasty, estimates that 32 million teenagers regularly go to malls, and they also estimate the teenager would buy Tasty once a week. What is the weekly sales potential for Tasty? We have our formula up here. What's the potential for weekly? Well, you take the estimated size of the market, which in this case our market size was 32 million. They estimated that 32 million teenagers go to the mall on a regular basis. Okay, what's the individual rate of purchase in this case? How often do they estimate that they'll buy it? They estimate they'll buy it once a week, and this is on a weekly basis. So we're just going to multiply by 1. If it were twice a week, we'd multiply by 2, and so on. Times the percent of potential purchasers. So here we have to do a little work. Now, they tested 675 people, and 345 said they would buy it. We need to know what percent that is. So we take the 345 divided by the 675 total. That gives me 0.5111, so 51% basically. Okay, we need that in decimal form, so I'm just going to leave it in decimal form here. Okay, so again, our estimated market size, they estimated 32 million teenagers regularly go to malls. Times that by the individual rate of purchase, they estimated once a week, and this was weekly, so times 1, times the percent of purchasers, and from their study they found that 51% of teenagers would buy it, or as a decimal that would be 0.511. Let's go ahead and multiply those. 32 million times 1 times 0.5111. Okay, the weekly sales potential then for Tasty, if I multiply those all together, is 16,355,200. They potentially could sell that many each week. All right, here's Green's Groceries. They sampled 640 shoppers to determine their interest in buying fresh fish. Of the people surveyed, 246 said they would buy fresh fish. So how many? 246 out of 640. Green's Grocery estimates that 82,000 people visit their store at least once every 2 weeks, and that the people buying fresh fish would buy some at every visit. What can Green's Grocery estimate to be the annual fish sales rounded to the nearest 10,000th? Okay, well, here's our annual sales potential. Okay, this is annually. So let's fill in the blanks here. What's our market size? How many people do they have coming through their store? They have 82,000 people. What is their rate of purchase? Okay, they visit the store at least once every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks they visit the store. Well, since this is annually, how much would that be a year? Okay, if they come once every 2 weeks. Well, there's 52 weeks in a year. If they come only every other week, that means that they are coming 26 times a year. So in a year, these people are going to buy fish 26 times because they said they would buy every time they came to the store. They came every 2 weeks, which comes out to be 26 times a year. Times the percent of potential purchasers. What percent are actually going to buy this product? Well, there was 246 out of the 640. So we go ahead and we divide that to find the decimal. We get 0.38435. Now, if we wanted that as a percent, we would move the decimal over 2 places and get 38%, but we want this in decimal form so that we can actually multiply with it. So I'm going to leave it as 0.384375 for the calculation. Okay, let's go ahead and calculate that. So we have 82,000 people buying 26 times each year, and it's 38% of the people that they have come in their store. So we take 82,000 times 26 times 0.384375. When I do that, I get 819,487.5. Okay, now remember, now that my screen is good, remember they wanted that to the nearest 10,000. So remember we had 819,487.5. We want that to the nearest 10,000. So where are the 10,000s? Well, this is 100,000s. This is 10,000s right here. So in our case, that 81 or 810 would end up to 820,000 because they want it to the nearest 10,000. So that's would be 820,000. Did you pee?